Good morning. Good morning. Lawrence Lane here. I up kind of early. I'm hoping that this day is successful in whatever you're doing. I've been doing some canvassing in and around the city of Maple Heights, talking to a lot of residents and just getting their opinion about city council and some of the concerns that they have. It's interesting. Uh, they like the direction the city is going in, but there are concerns with our city council. We all have those concerns that are involved day to day with the day to day actions of our city council. But I've been doing some research and of different cities and how they fail or how they succeed. Mm. One of the things that is really amazing to me is in the early 20th century, municipalities sought ways to control the government, especially if there was a strong mayor presence where the community or the people really liked them and they wanted to control the people by discrediting that person. So what they would do, they would build political machines. They were usually headed by someone that was termed a boss. Now, this boss never held a significant seat themselves, but they would use different tactics to control it, uh, possibly by threatening or by some type of bribery. I'm not suggesting that that's happening here, but it's the same type of styles that we're talking about of how to influence. Okay. And one of the things that we have here is that most people see our council as stodgy. Now, if you're not familiar with the term rather, it means that it's old fashioned, dumb, unimaginative, especially in attitude, appearances, or style, overly conservative, resistant to change. And that's what they're saying. Okay, they say that that's what's going on. Well, one of the reasons is we have the same people that have created this style of government in Maple Heights. It does not say that those individuals are bad individuals. That's not what we're saying. We're saying we want something that's going to be modernized, something that's going to be transparent. A lot of the people I talk to, they say once they get into the position that they no longer hear from them. They compare it to times in Maple Heights. Because a lot of these residents have been here for many, many years. They live in generational homes where it's been passed down from their parents or different people in their families. It was refreshing to meet so many people today and just to get a full understanding of Maple Heights. And some go all the way back to 1800s of some of their relatives that have stayed here. So they know the history. I met a lot of good people today and a lot of good friends. But what I want to talk to you about is the term boss that I mentioned during the early 20th century, or that political machine that has taken or is trying to take control of the city here. If you are familiar at all with the Democratic Club that usually meets at the library in Maple Heights, well, I know if you don't know, if you haven't been to any meetings, and I don't see a lot of residents there, it's been taken over. This Democratic Club is a farce now. The people that are stodgy, the people that would consider themselves a boss, particularly one that controls pretty much everybody, has taken that over. Now, what that does is they will endorse only those stodgy individuals or those people that would allow them to control the city. And that's what's happening. The mayor herself did not get endorsed by them last term when she ran, which was a shame after all the successes that she's had. That just goes to show you the hidden agenda that exists in our now so called Democratic Club. So what they do, they'll publish a list of different Democrats that they endorsed, knowing that most people will not take the time to investigate these individuals and vote down the line Democratic, which almost ensures that they'll get back in. This was a strategy by the boss that controls most of these individuals. Now, it's not about the city anymore, it's about the control. That's why stodgy is a good term, because it's resistance to change, growth. And that's the problem here in Maple Heights. I spoke to a lot of residents where they do have concerns, and they are afraid to come to city council. A lot of them don't look like a lot of the city council members. So naturally, they don't want to feel belittled, cursed out, or told that they could vote them out, which is exactly what needs to happen. This is not an attempt to change our government. This is not an attempt to change anything that the mayor is doing here. We are here to support her, not to change anything that would affect the growth of the city. The people that we are trying to replace are the people that are following a boss, one individual. One individual seeks to control not only the administration here, but the mayor and also the whole city council. She's been the longest serving individual there. She holds on to power by contributing to her district. But my race is not about that individual. It's about another individual that she controls. That for no other reason has she decided to take a chance at leaving her district to get into a position where she can be pretty much controlled by the boss than a personal agenda. Probably promises that one day she could be mayor. Now let's talk about education. I don't know anyone that would disagree with something when it comes to theory or experience. So a theory is pretty much what you get when you go to school. Now, don't get me wrong. It starts the brain to thinking, but then you have to have experience to make that degree successful. I know a lot of people that have degrees. My mom used to call them educated fools. But experience you can't take away. You can't take away the experience of someone that has went through challenges and they succeeded or even sometimes failed because that's tattooed in their mind. That becomes their strength and wisdom of knowledge. Experience and theory. Oh, it's a PhD in life. It's not a piece of paper where you could have had individuals do your term paper at the end of the year, write your dissertation or whatever, or your thesis. It does not mean that you're prepared. This election is too important. It's a chance for change. It's a chance for new faces. It's a chance to bring in some new ideas. And that's what we need in Maple Heights. It's a chance to help a thriving city where our mayor has shown she puts the residents first. My goal is to do exactly that, to put you first, to have transparency, to create newsletters, and to make sure that each council member gives you a total response when you come to city council. that you feel comfortable knowing that your government is working for you. My name is Lawrence Lane, and I'm running for council president for these very reasons. Now, remember the term boss. Now, we're going to talk about data. We're not going to have this fictional characters that so many people want you to pay attention to that would take you away from the things that are actually happening rather in our city. So remember the term boss because we have a boss that's controlling or trying to control these individuals. The Democratic Club is no longer a secure position or secure club, rather, where qualified individuals can truly be nominated. It's controlled by the boss. The boss, when she didn't think anyone was looking, she got in that Democratic Club and she took it over with her people. So, no, we will not be attending that meeting of endorsements this week, or rather, I will not. I can't speak for the other individuals, but I will not be attending because we know that it is controlled by the boss. Now, the boss don't want to be a mayor. The boss knows she can't be a mayor, but she controls other meons. That's not good for the city. That's not good for the residents. Now, pay no attention to anybody shaking their pom poms because they need to go back to wherever they came from. Let's focus on Maple Heights and the different issues that we have here. We are nowhere near where we were in 2015. And we continue to grow, to have successes, bringing new businesses. Our home markets are just going through the roof, building new houses. Those are the things we want to continue on. But we need to do more. We need more services. We need somebody that's going to come in with some creative ideas and not be stodgy. We need a new attitude. And that's why me and so many others are running, and it's for change. It's time for change, Maple Heights. My name is Lawrence Lane, and I am running for council president. Thank you.